Yeah, I'll come. The Athletic. I'll ask officially. Do you have any update on Iguodala's status for tonight?
Yeah, Andre will not play tonight.
Steve, is this mostly a cautionary thing, or is it something that
You don't need to tweet first?
I don't tweet during your press conference? I don't find your press conferences that interesting at the moment.
Everybody else is tweeting, which means they're beating you.
We got
to punch.
We got to pause. We got to
I
pause.
wonder if your boss is going to be upset with you.
Yeah.
Oh, you are the boss.
Yeah, I know.
No wonder you're not
It's
tweeting.
a nice luxury.
You're making sure Anthony's tweeting. That's what it is.
Yes, he's on. He better be on it. Is this a cautionary thing, or is this something that you are worried that it could linger for a few more games?
You know, if he was close, he would play. You know, so he's injured, so he's not playing. So we'll see what happens in a couple of days.
Well, you can take from that Andre Iguodala is not close, I guess, to returning. You never know, but there's always some gamesmanship involved in these things as well. But big deal tonight. Andre Iguodala out of the starting lineup and will not play tonight.
It changes everything defensively, and it affects a little offensively. But, you know, you got Durant, right? And Steph Curry's out of the box. And to me, the thing that I'm waiting to see tonight is everyone has talked about Harden, but I want to see how CP3 responds tonight, because I think this is a really big night for him. Curry was locked up in the box. Now he's out. You got to find a way, CP3, to put Steph back in the box. Because if Curry stays out of the box and he gets to shimmy in and doing his thing, I mean, Matt, we've been in that building and we know how explosive it can be. I mean, that is Golden State's favorite son playing in that arena.
Yeah.
And when he makes a three, right, the whole building goes crazy.
It's a different kind of buzz.
It's a different kind of buzz. So you got to find a way to put that guy back in the box. And if you can't put him back in the box, it don't matter who's playing.
So I love that. I love that just visual, frankly. So Steph Curry's shooting 23% from three when they lose throughout these playoffs, and 43 when they win.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a really profound difference it makes, and he did get loose. And you could see him even in the third quarter of Game 3. He started to feel it. He made his first three, he started rolling a little bit, and we said, oh boy, here it comes. The reason I think this Iguodala loss is so profound is I think you used the words Bay Area bucket binge.
Yes.
Well, if James Harden's going to get on one of those, it's going to be tonight without Iggy on the court.
Right.
And what they don't want is for him to get out of the box.
Yeah.
Because he has been almost absent in terms of really being that unguardable force, and he needs to return to that for Houston to have a chance to close out this series. If Iggy doesn't play in this game, I like Houston a little bit. If Iggy doesn't play in the next game in Houston, I like Houston a lot, and I think that's really important for them.
I like Golden State a little bit, and I like Golden State a lot.
Way to get out of the box. Iguodala is interesting because you look at the roster and, you know, he's kind of the linchpin of that defense because of his flexibility, and there's really no comparable defender when you look at the bench.
There's not, and they've gotten a lot out of Nick Young this year, a lot more than I think they really had any reason to expect that they could on the defensive side of the ball.
I was going to say, but shout out to Nick Young. I was saying to myself out loud during Game 3, that was a pretty good defensive possession by Nick Young.
Yeah, he's really embraced what they're doing, and he's giving them the best basketball he's ever played defensively, certainly in a consistent manner. It's the best he's ever played defensively. But what they do when they don't play Iggy quite often is they play Kevon Looney, and they put another big on the court.
Right.
And that really gives you a big advantage. You know, the one thing, if there was ever an Achilles heel for this Golden State team, it's their lack of overall depth. Their depth of star quality is remarkable, but their overall depth is not. So if Iguodala is not going to be able to play on the road, that would be really profound in my opinion.
You know, I see Houston right now with one bona fide scorer, one bona fide serious threat, and that's Harden. You know, CP3 has got to find a way to score. I look at Golden State, and I don't see Houston, you know, defensively trying to stop these guys. I think Houston will try to outscore them. And, again, I look at Durant. There's no matchup for Durant. Durant is getting easy 25. I mean,
that goes for the rest of the planet, by
yeah,
the way, not just the Rockets roster.
Okay, and he hasn't really exploded yet, right? I look at Klay Thompson. I mean, he really hasn't exploded yet. I mean, I just don't see Houston having enough firepower. And if you got to depend on, you know, another 22-point performance from P.J. Tucker to keep up, you know, you're gonna have a hard time here tonight. I mean, to me, it's got to be, you know, a Harden 40 and the CP3 30 to make it close.
They need another one of those 2-3 day breaks that we've had in the playoffs, but that's not coming anymore. We're every other day at this point. Andre Iguodala again out tonight against the Houston Rockets with that lateral leg contusion. Draymond Green's been known to play some D and some O. Getting set to go, looking to take a 3-1 lead on the home floor tonight.